welcome to the Innovation Forum. I'm so happy to be with you here today and to be able to speak with this occasion and, like I said, be able to bring back our stakeholder forum, the joint undertaking, the partnership stakeholder forum, including presentation of the program achievements through the so-called, like you may have been used, program review days. And we're happy to be also standing here in front of our projects. I will also invite you later maybe to visit them. And I can promise you, you will have 2.5 days of presentations, important discussions, bringing all the actors from the policymakers, European Commission, to the industry, research organizations, and even civil society. With that, and without taking too long, you will hear from me more later, I would like to already introduce my distinguished speakers that are here with us today to also open this important innovation forum. And I have the pleasure first to introduce my executive director of the Clean Hydrogen Partnership, Valerie Bouillon-Delporte.
Thank you, Mirela. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Rosalinde, Danica, Luigi, for being with us today, and thank you for all of you, hydrogen friends, to attend this first level hydrogen forum. So welcome here, and this is a premiere that you're attending this year, and the intent is to complement the high-level policy conference. We will address the same topics, but with a different angle. We will do it more from a technological innovation research point of view, whereas in the high-level policy conference, it will be more about policy framework. Let me remind you the true essence of a clean hydrogen partnership. Our aim is to strengthen and to accelerate EU scientific and industrial capacity in order to accelerate the development of clean hydrogen technologies in Europe and beyond Europe. Our mission is to help developing a number of hydrogen technologies which are currently either not competitive enough or have a low technology readiness level. But they are expected to contribute to the 2030 energy climate targets and, most importantly, make possible climate neutrality by 2050. Our role is clear. We are by design here to help accelerating the development and deployment of a European value chain for safe and sustainable clean hydrogen technologies, strengthening its competitiveness, notably on the medium-sized enterprises, accelerating the market entry of innovative, competitive clean solutions. The European hydrogen funding landscape has evolved and increased significantly in recent years. But in order to accelerate the development and deployment of European hydrogen value chain, it is crucial to join efforts and to work in collaboration at European, national, and regional levels. We need to continue bringing together industry, research, and public sectors. We are very happy as Clean Hydrogen Partnership to take such a challenge on board. Our yearly work programs are being carefully prepared in consultation with a large number of stakeholders, and in particular with the public and the private members of a joint undertaking, as well as the advisory group or state representative group, but also a stakeholder group. They help us to identify and include in our programs more opportunities to create synergies with other programs and activities, both public and private. With our activities, we will continue supporting the European Union ambitions to create the required capacity production of domestic renewable hydrogen in the European Union by 2030. In addition, our partnership will contribute to the objectives of the Net Zero Industry Act by continuing to support the scale-up of hydrogen technologies and by increasing the competitiveness of hydrogen industry in Europe. The Clean Hydrogen Partnership has a bold and forward-looking roadmap addressing critical challenges in research and innovation while reinforcing the strategic priorities that underpin our shared vision for a sustainable hydrogen future. We will continue supporting the REPowerEU plan, which aims to double the number of hydrogen valleys by 2025. So far, 16 valleys are being funded. We will add 6 additional hydrogen valleys this year. These hydrogen valleys are a game changer, and Hydrogen Valley projects truly illustrate their strategic importance in building a robust hydrogen value chain and fostering industrial synergies across Europe. The launch of a Clean Hydrogen Knowledge Hub and the continued development of a Hydrogen Valleys platform will enhance our ability to consolidate data, share best practices, and provide tools that drive innovation and efficiency. Importantly, our work in the coming years will underscore the power of collaboration. Synergies with other European partnerships, member states, and international bodies remain at the heart of our approach. Whether through collaboration on various topics such as regulatory frameworks, sustainability strategies, or educational initiatives, we are uniting stakeholders to create an integrated ecosystem for hydrogen technologies. Synergies with member states and regions is encouraged, especially in regard to combination of funding and support locally. This is the reason why, further to a call of expression of interest, 10 regions were selected for cooperation agreement with our joint undertaking. 3 were signed last June in our Hydrogen Valley event. 6 of them will be signed this year on Thursday at the closing of this innovation forum. The aim of this agreement is to create a more robust and mutually beneficial partnership framework. We have an agenda during the European Hydrogen Week of 2.5 days of fruitful discussions. I would like to take the opportunity of this opening to thank all of the high-level speakers from the European Commission, from the industry, from the research, who have accepted our invitation and share with you their thought about the development of hydrogen technologies. Thanks also to IPHE and Mission Innovation speakers. I'm sure the dedicated session today, in this afternoon, will definitely help addressing all the other challenges ahead of us. We try to cover all the hydrogen value chain from production distribution, including Hydrogen Valley and sustainability. You will also see short introduction on status of development followed by productive discussion. We will also have a session on the future, how valuable it is to work in a public-private environment and continue what we have been working on for the past 15 years. We encourage you, and I personally encourage you, to ask questions throughout the different sessions. We will not use Slido in order to favor direct interaction. As we move forward, I invite all partners, current and future, to join us in making not only 2025, but also the years after, transformative years for hydrogen innovation. That's the motto. Together, we can ensure that the Clean Hydrogen Partnership continues to deliver on its mission, strengthening Europe's leadership in decarbonized hydrogen technologies and driving the transition toward a sustainable energy future. Let us seize the opportunities ahead of us with ambition, dedication, and collaboration. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Valerie, for your powerful words. And now, what else than to invite our 3 members of the Clean Hydrogen Partnership, the representatives, to come on stage and address us, open our innovation forum. And it's my pleasure to start with Rosalinde van der Vlies, Director Clean Planet in the European Commission, and our Vice Chair of the Governing Board. Rosalinde, please come on stage. Then I would like to invite also Danica Maljković. She is the chair of our governing board and representative of Hydrogen Europe. And last but not least, Mr. Luigi Crema. He's President Hydrogen Europe Research. So you see the beauty of our partnership and how important it is that we work together, like our director already said. So now I would like to invite you, Rosalinde, to tell us a few words.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you, Mirela, for the very warm welcome. It's a real pleasure to be here this morning at this Innovation Forum. I still see some people standing there. We have still a few free chairs, I think, so please, if you want a seat, don't hesitate to take one. Today, I will share with you the vision of the European Commission for building our European hydrogen economy. And I would like to focus on three key messages. I think we should really look and seize the momentum we have today in Europe, because we are turning a new page. We are going into a new European Commission. There are very important reports that have been published. So I will go a bit into detail there. Then I will talk about the important role of research and innovation to build the hydrogen economy. And I think this is a message that you will hear more and more, and you maybe already have heard already yesterday as well. But I do think that it's really important that we are all on the same page. Research and innovation is really crucial to drive the hydrogen economy forward. And thirdly, I will go into future measures that we are thinking about to support more the hydrogen economy in Europe. So on the political momentum that we are facing at this moment, we have the Draghi report that looked into the competitiveness of the European Union, and Mr. Draghi really underlined that hydrogen production and imports play a key role when it comes to decarbonizing the hard-to-abate sectors. So he really recommends to work in competitive industrial clusters. Now, the good news is that we have already established such clusters because we have our hydrogen valleys. And the hydrogen valleys were recognized by the Repower EU strategy of the European Union. And one of the ambitions actually is that we want to double the number of hydrogen valleys in the European Union. And with this also, we allocated as European Commission additional funding to the joint undertaking partnership. So I think we can really, jump on the recommendations of Mr. Draghi and say we in the hydrogen sector are already prepared, in particular through these hydrogen valleys, of which we have in total 67 in the European Union. Also in the political guidelines of our President, Ursula von der Leyen, she again also underlines the very important role of hydrogen. She has been supporting hydrogen also in her previous mandate, and it's very good news that we can expect she will continue to do so. And then also we have an incoming Commissioner for Energy, Mr. Dan Jurgensen, who in his hearing with the European Parliament also underlined his commitment to support hydrogen as a critical element in the energy transition for the European Union. And he noted that he will support hydrogen with legislative support, with infrastructure development, and with financing. So I think the political momentum in Brussels is good, and it's also good for the hydrogen sector and the hydrogen ecosystem because we already have been doing so much. So we can really build on the successes that we've made through the work of the joint undertaking, also the predecessors. So I think we are in a really good position. But of course, what we need to do is also to tackle the key challenges that we are facing. Well, we have, of course, as I said, the political support there, but we still need to make sure that we are able to roll out the hydrogen economy in the European Union, moving from niche to scale. And I think there we still need to work on the affordability of hydrogen. And there I think it's very important, as we have a new political commission coming in, to pass very clear messages on what the sector actually needs from support from the European Commission to make the ambitions a reality. And last year, I would like to draw your attention that we published a staff working document on hydrogen valleys, where we were really looking into the key challenges that we still have in the European Union to roll out the hydrogen valleys. And I would like to share with you the 5 key messages that came from that document. The first key message is that we will continue to actively boost the creation of hydrogen valleys in the European Union, because we really believe that this is a very powerful tool to build the hydrogen economy at the regional level, to create also regional jobs. And I'm very pleased to hear that the joint undertaking will continue to invest indeed in more and new hydrogen valleys, because we want them in all parts of the European Union, not only in the north and the south, but also in the east and the west. So this is a very good news. The creation of the hydrogen facility I think is a very important step to support the hydrogen valleys at an early stage, so that they can really move also as fast as they can from construction to production. Secondly, we will invest in sharing knowledge and best practices between the village. And there I think the Clean Hydrogen Knowledge Hub will play a very important role to make sure that we can learn from each other, not reinventing the wheel every time we start a new valley, so that we can really advance faster in the European Union. The third key message is that we need to work on the development of our skills. And there we are, of course, very happy with the Hydrogen Academy that was launched by the partnership. And I think we have now also an opportunity to expand the academy from academia also to the workforce, to also deliver on the Net Zero Industry Act. So I think expanding the academy will be another action that will be very important. Then the fourth key message, and Valerie, you also mentioned it already, it is really to strengthen the collaboration between the EU level and the national level. It is very clear that we need to have a common vision across all public policy makers, a common vision between the European Commission and the Member States. And there, the Strategic Energy Technology Plan, or the so-called SET plan, plays a very important role. In October last year, the European Commission published a communication to revamp the SET plan, and the good news is that we have now incorporated a new work stream dedicated on hydrogen, building on the initiative that was launched by the German presidency at the time in the context of the European Research Area. So what we need to do now is to take this opportunity and make sure that we develop a common strategic vision on priorities for research and innovation between the European level and the national level. Because very often we are looking at the investments that come from the European Union. But if you look at the total investments in research and innovation, 90% comes from the national level. So that's why we need an aligned vision, we need a common agenda with a clear division of labor, who will be doing what, so that we can really advance in, Valerie, what you said yesterday, a Team Europe spirit. Fourthly, we also need to intensify our international collaboration, and here you will learn more about what we are doing in the Clean Hydrogen Mission in Mission Innovation, where also we are having the ambition to develop hydrogen valleys across the globe. And we are developing footprints of different hydrogen valleys across different continents. And again, we can really learn from each other, also from other parts of the world. To conclude, I would like to look ahead, and our incoming Commissioner for Startups, Research and Innovation, Mrs. Zakharieva, has outlined very clear priorities also for her mandate. The first commitment she has made in the European Parliament is that she wants a radical simplification. She wants to make sure that the beneficiaries of EU funds get the money much faster, and that the administrative requirements to get this money will be simplified. The second priority is that she wants to have clear and focused priorities at the European level, and linked to that is that we need to reinforce our collaboration with the Member States in a common agenda that we will be jointly implementing. So I think, to conclude, we have a lot of opportunity ahead of us. Let me end with a quote from the Draghi report. Mr. Draghi has said that the revenues from the ETS system, which goes into the Innovation Fund, which has billions of euros there, is not doing enough to support the decarbonization of the energy-intensive industries. And I do think that there is a big opportunity here to see if we can use the Innovation Fund also to roll out the hydrogen economy, in particular at the regional level, through the hydrogen valleys. So for the coming years, we have a lot of work ahead, but I'm very committed from the European Commission side to collaborate, to continue the great collaboration that we have with the partnership, with the industry, with the research community. We are very committed to strengthen the collaboration with the member states through the set plan, and I'm really convinced if we have a joint agenda and we implement it together, we will get there. So thank you very much, and congratulations again to the partnership for organizing this really great forum. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rosalinde, and thank you to the European Commission for the great support that was given to the partnership for the last more than 15 years, and I'm going to present to you in a moment about that. And now I would like to invite on stage here and to the lectern, in fact, Mr. Luigi Crema, also to give us a few words from the side of the Hydrogen Europe Research.
Thank you, Mirela. Ladies, gentlemen, good morning. It's a pleasure for me to be here today, and even I'm excited that we could have again the so-called former stakeholder forum. It's like to speak within a family, and from Hydrogen Europe Research, we are part of this family, and I see so many faces between you that are part of the overall community representing the research. There's no doubt that the hydrogen sector is evolving at the global scale. There are a lot of new initiatives that are coming day by day, particularly large infrastructures, particularly initiatives to create large production plants and then have a trading. So there's no doubt that this sector is evolving, scaling up, but of course there are a lot of difficulties. There are a lot of issues because hydrogen is not a new technology entering into an existing market. It's an overall market that should be developed. I was discussing with some professors from law departments, and they are saying that there's only looking to the juridic sector, there's plenty of things to do to strengthen the overall hydrogen sector. And from the juridic point of view, this is something happening every 30 years, they were saying. And of course, this is happening in several directions. And one of these is related to the research on new technologies. We could fill some of the gaps realizing novel technologies. Yesterday we heard that the International Energy Agency was saying that to come at net zero we need at least 35% of technologies that today are not existing. This means that we need to continue to support the research, even fundamental research, to find these new technologies. And part of the existing ones may be improved to keep competitiveness for the industrial sector and to be able to export or use technologies that are made in Europe. We heard from Rosalinde before that Draghi was pointing out some priorities to strengthen the energy technology sector in Europe. Draghi was even pointing out that there are some key sectors where Europe could play a role at the international scale. At least in hydrogen and wind, there's a ownership of IP, patents, knowledge in Europe, and this came particularly through the dedicated work in 17 years of clean hydrogen partnership and the former fuel cell hydrogen joint undertaking to keep this competitiveness today. Of course, we cannot stop now, and there's a need to continue support research and innovation to advance the technologies for the benefit not only of Europe, but even Europe that can even support the widespread of competitive solutions, sustainable solutions at the international scale. As Hydrogen Europe Research, we are representing one of the three members of the Clean Hydrogen Partnership, together with the European Commission and Hydrogen Europe Industry, and we are working collectively to think on what are the strategic priorities, to define a program on a multi-annual basis, which is the Strategic Research Innovation Agenda, and even to work on an yearly basis to realize the annual work programs. Our researchers, our experts are participating to this process as technical committee leaders, as roadmap leaders, as experts in production, distribution, storage, different uses of hydrogen. We are representing about 160 universities and technology centers for Europe, so great part of the overall competence in developing from new ideas to improved and performant and cost-efficient technologies in Europe. In Hydrogen Europe Research, we are digging the novelties of possible solutions in some internal working groups. A working group is dedicated, for example, to the low TRL technologies. Another working group is dedicated to the research and technology infrastructures that are a key enabler even for the collaboration with the industrial sector and the acceleration of deploying technologies to the market. We have another working group on skills, which is another potential bottleneck to scale up the hydrogen sector at the full dimension. And another working group on policies, working here to suggest the best sustainability profile of technologies, answering to public consultations on regulations, directives, acts from the European Commission, trying to support with a scientific view on what could be then implemented as policies into the hydrogen sector. Of course, there are still some open challenges. Even in this program, we supported some projects called strategic research challenges, projects of a long duration involving most of the European research institutions to work on key research challenges. For example, the reduction of critical raw materials or, for example, the improvement of the durability and reducing the degradation of hydrogen production or utilization technologies, or improving and finding novel materials for hydrogen storage. These key challenges, of course, will continue, and we will have even more in the coming years that we would like even to support, maybe even in the next framework program. I would like even to mention one key target, that is enhancing the collaboration step by step with the industrial sector. As Hydrogen Europe Research, we are representing two main roles: the so-called researcher, which is the most known figure, so the person that is working in a lab, finding new ideas and arriving at demonstrating these ideas into a laboratory prototype. But even the innovator is using the scientific excellence, but working with an industrial method in terms of times, in terms of methodology, and so even together with the development of larger, bigger infrastructures that could be open even to enterprises that cannot invest 30, 40 million euros to test components and technologies, and could bring together people from the research and the industry to work together, accelerating the deployment of the technologies. This is, and this is my last comment, even involving territorial innovation. We heard from Rosalinde the importance of hydrogen valleys to create regional and even multi-regional ecosystems. Hydrogen Valley started some years ago with a small electrolyzer, with a refueling station, with 10 buses, Today we have cross-border hydrogen valleys involving a billion scale of resources to develop even large-scale infrastructures, bigger production sites, important contribution to decarbonize the hard-to-abate sector. In this in territorial innovation, as innovators, as researchers, we have an important role. We have the role to collect data on a scientific methodology, to analyze the data, and to check where the sector is ready and where there are still gaps in terms of technologies, in terms of performances, in terms of costs. And the confidence that we could create to the hydrogen sector means bankability of technologies, and the bankability of technologies means attracting further investments. This is much important for the hydrogen sector to develop. With this, I would like then to thank the Clean Hydrogen Partnership for organizing the Innovation Forum, and I'm sure that you will find a lot of interesting sessions and information through the Innovation Forum. Have a good day and a good Innovation Forum for the coming days.
Thank you very much, Luigi, for your also support, I could say, over the years, and for the contribution of Hydrogen Europe research to bringing the hydrogen there. To conclude the introductory remarks, I would like, and it's my really great pleasure to have with us here Danica Maljković, like I said, chair of our board and representing the industry, Hydrogen Europe. Danica, my pleasure.
Thank you, Mirela, for your kind words, Valerie, for your introduction. Hello, everybody. I'm Danica Maljković. I'm the newly appointed chair to board of Clean Hydrogen Partnership, representing industry, representing companies, innovators, that I believe there are some of you here. This is going to be the journey of the next 3 years, and I really hope that we will have extremely good cooperation between the industry, policymakers, and research and partnership, as Luigi already said. So let's see where we are, what we can expect, and how to actually make best of this event where we have all met here on the Hydrogen Week this year and for the next few years. Let me see. So, over the last few years, Europe has made big strides in building up the hydrogen ecosystem, from the European Green Deal and from the hydrogen strategy to the reinforcement of our Clean Hydrogen Partnership. Together, actually, we have already invested billions, both from the side of our public partners and from the private sector, into research, development, and demonstration projects, laying the groundwork for the sustainable, competitive hydrogen market we all would like to see. But here, let me be blunt. What we have done so far is actually not enough to reach our targets. We have stretched the surface of the possibility, but the scale of investment and action required to position hydrogen as the backbone of Europe's energy transition in order to reach our targets has to get bigger, and has to get greater. Our projects have begun to validate hydrogen as the linchpin of the decarbonization in industries such as steel, cement, and chemicals. The rollout we all witness of the refueling stations for hydrogen and integration in transportation fleets demonstrates that the mobility powered by clean hydrogen is not a future ambition. It is actually happening now, and it is going to be happening. We even pushed beyond the one-use principle and started to develop the technologies such as waste to hydrogen, which will tackle both environmental pollution and clean energy production simultaneously. And yet, these are just the glimpses of what is possible. Hydrogen in Europe still lags behind the renewables in the investment approach. And here I wanted to show this slide where you can see what is the actual relation of hydrogen to other renewable investments and other renewable sources. So for the solar energy, we have seen in public support and in R&D in 2022, 4 target investment programs for pilots, 1 for demonstrations, 13 for scale-ups, and 70 for rollouts. For offshore wind, their numbers are 3 investment programs for pilots, 3 for demos, 10 for scale-ups, and 20 for rollouts. And for hydrogen, by contrast, we have seen just 3 investment programs for pilot projects, 1 for demonstration, 3 for scale-ups, and still 6 for rollouts, as you can see on the slide presented here. If the hydrogen is to achieve its potential as the backbone of Europe's clean hydrogen transition, we must focus investment where they matter most. It is scaling up production and accelerating rollouts. This is not a linear journey, of course, it's a leap. We must move from pilot projects and demonstration projects to gigawatt-scale production facilities and fully operational hydrogen corridors connecting industries, regions, and nations. To get there, we must direct our focus, budgets, efforts towards maybe 4 key priorities. The first one could be scaling up green hydrogen production. The Clean Hydrogen Partnership has already co-funded electrolyzer projects that are breaking records for efficiency, but we need to go further than this. To do this, we must address bottlenecks in permitting, secure a resilient supply chain for critical materials, and deploy digital tools to optimize efficiency at scale. Europe should also embrace dual-purpose projects, for instance, offshore wind farms directly coupled with hydrogen production. These innovations are critical to ensure the green hydrogen can be produced at competitive prices and at the scale we need. Secondly, we need to build, and we started to build, the infrastructure backbone. A hydrogen economy cannot exist without infrastructure on its own, without any relation to existing energy systems. By 2030, we need 40,000 kilometers of dedicated hydrogen pipelines across Europe. We need massive underground storage facilities to stabilize supply and demand. And we need industrial hydrogen hubs where production, consumption, and innovation intersect. Third, we need to support demand creation. Hydrogen uptake won't happen on goodwill alone. Europe must deploy smart demand-side policies to ensure hydrogen becomes the fuel of choice in hard-to-abate sectors, among others. Additionally, we must commit to made in EU hydrogen supply chains to create jobs, skills, and strengthen our geopolitical resilience. Every kilometer and every kilogram of hydrogen we produce in Europe reduces our dependence on imported fossil fuels and positions us as the global leader in clean energy transition. And finally, and not least, as we are all here probably innovators, we probably all come from research and entrepreneurial side, we need to promote cutting-edge innovations. We must contribute to the European hydrogen market by unlocking new technologies. As Luigi said, there are technologies that are not yet been even thought about that we need in order to reach our targets. We cannot merely replicate what's been done before. We must dare to envision the unimaginable. Allow me to be bold. We can imagine airports powered internally by green hydrogen soon. Not maybe by 2030, but very soon. Imagine Europe's industrial region transformed into self-sustaining clean energy hub, where everything is produced and consumed on spot. Imagine pan-European hydrogen markets so robust that the price of clean hydrogen is one to be compared with the fossil fuels, not with subsidies, but through sheer innovation and scale. Okay, these are not maybe only dreams, they are projects that we as partnership here can deliver. The pioneering projects that await us in 2025 will surely include, and we know that for now, ammonia cracking, low-temperature electrolyzers, new advanced materials, biogenic waste, storage technology, and fuel cells. All of these goals can be expected to come from Clean Hydrogen Partnership next year. So here's a vision that we can all live here and enjoy our time here on Brussels Expo. By 2040, Europe can be a continent where hydrogen flows as freely as natural gas once did. A continent powered by clean, secure, and affordable energy. A continent where hydrogen not only drives decarbonization, but becomes the cornerstone of the new industrial revolution. Finally, if we are ready to take responsibility toward the differences, when we will surely prosper from our efficiency. Now is the time for Europe to truly lead, not through declaration, but through execution. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for sharing this time with us as entrepreneurs and innovators, and thanks for Clean Hydrogen Partnership for organizing all of this. Enjoy your time in Brussels. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Danica, also for your very encouraging word, and for I really look forward to work with you in the years to come. So now I would like you all to give another round of applause to all the three speakers, Valerie Bouillon-Delporte, Danica Maljković, Luigi Crema. And you can stay here, or you can take a seat in the audience, because now I'm going to go extremely practical. Like you know me, the way I am managing the operation of the Clean Hydrogen Partnership. So now, what I'm going to say as an introduction, I'm going to quote the experts groups, the independent experts that have done the midterm evaluation for the European Commission, who have said that without this partnership, without this GU, for the past 15, 60 years, hydrogen will not be where it is. And that has been said by independent experts. So it's not me saying, it's me quoting them. And I think you can all agree with us, and you will see now through the presentations, through the discussions over the last 2 days and a half, the latest achievements and everything we've done, like I said, for the past 15 to 16 years, or even 17, like Luigi was counting probably better than me. Like I said, we will have 2 days and a half. We will finish Thursday lunchtime together with a high-level policy conference. We are complementary to the high-level policy conference. Here we will discuss technology, progress in technology development, challenges, barriers, and of course funding for research and innovation. You will also see at the end of tomorrow, at the end of the day, the awards. We will have again awards given to our best projects for the different categories. And I would also like to take the time, like I already hinted at the beginning, to look at some of our projects who are exhibiting here in front of the Innovation Forum. Now, for those that are still discovering who we are, although, like I said, we exist for about 16 to 17 years, we are a public-private partnership between, on the public side, European Commission representing the Union, and on the private side, Hydrogen Europe and Hydrogen Europe Research, the industry and the research associations, representing, of course, all our private members. We are a so-called institutionalized public-private partnership, because you may have heard about partnerships. We are an autonomous body with a dedicated budget. For this current life, we have €1 billion from Horizon Europe to push further research and innovation by 2031. So this is our existence for now. We are part of Horizon Europe program, and we apply the same rules as Horizon Europe for those that are still wondering. In addition to that, in 2022, and following the invasion of Russia and Ukraine, with the REPowerEU communication of the Commission, we receive additional 200 million just to support hydrogen valleys. Hydrogen valleys being recognized as one of the important tools to bring hydrogen technologies closer to the citizen or closer to the different territories in Europe. Of course, we have many objectives. You see them general and specific. What do we mean by general? Are those linked to all the policies? We contribute, of course, to the hydrogen strategy. We contribute to the carbon neutral strategy by 2050 of the European Commission and to all the different policies. With the research and innovation activities, we are the research and innovation arm of the European Commission on hydrogen. And on the specific ones are related, of course, to the technology development. We have to continue with the support to reduce the cost, increase the durability, increase the performance of the technology, but also work in synergies with other funding opportunities. And why not, the last one, try to increase public awareness about the technologies in Europe. As we get with the technologies into the field, we need to make sure that the citizens understand what it is hydrogen, and they not only become aware of it, but end up even buying them. We have a strategic research and innovation agenda, and you have seen the life of the GU. It's until 2031. Here you see 2027 because the money, the budget we have, it's until 2027 including. After 2027, we will, of course, implement the latest projects until 2031, and like you have heard yesterday and even today, we are looking, of course, and we are working on getting more funding as of 2028. What do we support? We have a very clear strategic research and innovation agenda. This is our multi-annual plan, goes from the production, mostly renewable hydrogen production, mostly electrolysis, but some other routes also of renewable hydrogen production at low TRL, to the distribution and storage, above ground, underground, all the carriers going from compressed hydrogen that we work so far, but now going into liquid, into ammonia, and liquid organic carriers, refueling stations, etc. And then we move into the end uses, where we continue to develop the building blocks for transport applications, meaning the fuel cell, the tank, and all the systems that you need to integrate in mostly heavy-duty applications, starting with the trucks, going to the trains, to the ships, and to the planes. And then on the clean heat and power production, we will continue to support the stationary fuel cells, but we also open the program with this joint undertaking to boilers, burners, turbines. And then the so-called cross-cutting activities that we support and we fund are related to safety, pre-normative research, education, and the Vlies. The Vlies as, like I said, a recognized tool to demonstrate hydrogen technologies locally. Finally, the strategic research challenges that Luigi was mentioning, where we look at new materials at low technology readiness type of projects beyond even 2030, and the supply chain manufacturing, and in there, we would like to, of course, support processes or different manufacturing techniques in order to help our industry to scale up. As I said, it's about 16 journey, and all these pictures I put in there are from our different projects. They are real pictures. What I wanted also to say here and to show, it's our approach. You heard about many years, many funding, or a lot of funding that we put in the projects. Our approach is the so-called feedback loop approach, where we develop a technology, we go into the field, we demonstrate, we learn, and we go back to the lab. And this we have done several times with several products. With our joint undertaking, for example, we have decreased and we have developed, we have decreased the cost, and we have developed 4 generations of products, for example, of buses. You may know how our projects, starting with back in time Chic, but then Jive 2 with the demonstration of the buses, we decreased the cost from 1.5 million close to 500,000, and going through 3 to 4 generations of products. I gave that example. Of course, we have the similar example for other technologies. Or, if you want, for the electrolyzers, like I like to mention, when we started, for example, working on electrolyzer back in 2011, our first project on electrolysis was a 150 kilowatt electrolyzer, 150 kilowatt. And with our projects, we move up to, and the biggest that we are funding now is 30 megawatt in Greece. We supported 370 3 projects and counting, like I like to say, because you heard also from our director, we are currently preparing the grants coming from the budget of 2024. Another 19 grants we would like to sign by the end of this year, plus additional 5 from some leftover budget or REPowerEU budget. You see them also split across the entire value chain, again, according to our strategic plan from production to the end use and valleys. Now, I would like to give you just few examples because you will hear today, tomorrow, and even Thursday morning through the different sessions. You will see the progress in the different projects, achievements, or even in the program in general, in the portfolio. But I decided with my team that some of the areas from the supply chain are not going to be covered, so I took them in my presentation. You will not see about storage because we have just started. We don't have a big portfolio of storage when we talk about underground, in particular storage. So I decided to present it to you. And what you will see here, it's where we focus when we talk about underground storage. We look on the right side on the salt caverns, and we have already funded the project Hipster, project in France. Looking already at, if you want, the dynamic of the storage into the salt cavern. And now we are stepping up as of last year with the next project Fridge. And I see it, it's also there. I think it's exactly in my face, exhibiting, which is going to move to a large volume of hydrogen of storage underground into the salt cavern in the if you want, natural gas storage facilities. On the left side, you see another type of underground storage, and we have the project EU H2 Stars, which is going to happen in Austria. And that's in depleted gas fields, where we will also like to see how, for example, the fields are behaving, how we can store, how we can take it out, how the hydrogen gets probably impure after being stored underground. So all this knowledge that the industry needs before going further. On the clean heat and power, also I would like to tell you where we are. On clean heat and power, in the previous, at least, joint undertakings, we have supported mostly stationary applications. And you know, we supported all types of technologies. Mostly PEM and solid oxide fuel cells, but at one stage we even supported molten carbonate. Back in time, that does not exist, as you know, at least in Europe anymore, and even some alkaline fuel cells. So we were always technology neutral as long as the technology was delivering what we wanted. The most remarkable, if you want, projects that I would like to mention here are not only those for micro CHP, for example, the projects on such as Enefield or PACE, where we try to put in place 1 to 5 kilowatts micro CHP based on stationary fuel cells, but then also going further to the commercial application, and here also to some research projects that were looking at improving, if you want, the technology, like I said, mostly for PEM and solid oxide fuel cells. And the work, mostly on heat and power production, continues with opening the program, like I also mentioned, to, for example, ammonia-powered fuel cell, reversible solid oxide cell, or innovative processes for solid oxide fuel cells. On the gas turbines, boilers, and burners, we have also opened the program into the combustion. We have not supported until 2 years ago combustion when we look at heat and power production, not combustion for transport application. I have to make that clear. But of course, learnings from combustion in big turbines will be brought, for example, into the aviation application. We always try to use all the learnings from the technology across the different technologies. All the acronyms you see there, they are, of course, projects. So whenever you will try to Google them, you will find them on our website. Another interesting project we supported, and again, you will not hear from it over the next 2 days, is collaboration with Africa. We have been together with our colleagues in the European Commission. We have tried to map the potential in Africa, the potential in using, of course, renewables to produce hydrogen, and why not collaborate with Europe ultimately by exporting hydrogen to us. Now, we don't do only grants. We have 373 projects, but we do many, many, many other activities. We work in synergies with member states, with countries. We work in synergies with regions. We have knowledge management. You heard about the Knowledge Hub. We do studies. We do procurements. We support our public member, European Commission, with facts-based roadmaps, for example, or even our private members, again, with roadmaps into the 2030 or 2040 or even 2050. And I would like just to give you 4 examples of the studies that we have recently closed and published. On the left side, you see the 2, they are all on our website. 2 that are related to the work with regions and with the valleys. The first one, it's an outcome of the Hydrogen Valley platform under the Mission Innovation. So it's the international platform and the lesson learned, the barriers and everything. The second one is coming from the work with the managing authorities and how we can work together. The third one is on the sustainable supply chain. You will see there a revision of our supply chain study back in 2017, which was looking at the supply chain actors in Europe, but also the strengths and vulnerabilities, if you want, of our industry chain. And finally, the fourth one, it's a historical analysis that we perform with our colleagues in the Joint Research Center in looking back at the funding and all the support and the development of the technology and how that has evolved until today. On the supply chain and manufacturing, I'm not going to stop much here, but just to say that we have looked back at 14 different technologies. We identify, like I said, the strengths and the weaknesses. And we updated the EU entity list, which consequently we put it on the observatory. What is this good for? I plan to use it with our partners in making a clear vision on the competitiveness of our industry. Which are the strengths? Which are the weaknesses? Which are the vulnerabilities, if you want, in the supply chain? And how we can use this in making a plan to keep our industry competitive. We also have 2 experts panel on safety and on sustainability and circularity. We work with always safety, sustainability, circularity by design in mind. And we have experts supporting not only our projects, but our program and advising on both, like I said, safety, circularity, sustainability, and you will hear from that over the 2 days. The knowledge management activities are helping us to gather data. We gather data on an annual basis from all our projects, but we also try to provide this data to other organizations, institutions. Even we work with the International Energy Agency, with the IEA, with IRENA, with ACER, with the regulators, Agency of Regulators, because some of the data that the sector uses are coming from us. And we plan to become the knowledge hub, at least on research and innovation in Europe. For that reason, the Knowledge Hub will include the observatory, but the observatory exists. And again, you will hear from the observatory these days. You will have a dedicated look into the program. We'll have a dedicated presentation of the observatory. The observatory will bring you mostly market data, not technology performance data. That will be later on in the hub. And we have recently published the annual program review, which comprises all of this, everything I said to you. It's an analysis, a snapshot of 2024. We do that every year. And in annex, you will have fiches of every single one of our projects. Of course, we have gather again, and this is only for 2023, the performance of our projects in terms of patents, publication, exploitation of results further. And finally, and I am very aware of the time, I will take 2-3 more minutes, our working with regions. We heard about the hydrogen valleys. I just have to say this has not started yesterday or in 2022 with the Repower EU. It has started back in 2016. In 2016, when we were demonstrating the technology, getting with the technology into the market, we also realized we have to work with the local actors, with the regions, with the regional authorities, to really combine our efforts, even funding, to demonstrate the technology locally. We know very well that the best use of hydrogen is closer to the place where it is produced. So we need to do that together with the regional actors. At that time, we also realized that in the 27 member states in the EU, the level of the knowledge of the regional authorities, municipalities, was not the same. There were some that were very ready to get funding through the valleys, but there were some that just wanted to learn more, to bring their ideas into the projects. And with that, we supported, or we split our work with regions in 3 streams. One was the valley funding. The other one was project development assistance. Project development assistance, where we took the ideas and we made them into projects up to the pre-feasibility or feasibility stage. And of course, the third stream was keeping the network of the different regions alive, and that became the S3 Valley Partnership. So you will hear across these days about the different streams that we have supported, and just to clarify to you from where it came and the fact that they are different. Now, what do we want to do further? And you heard, it's the Valley facility. And you will, on Thursday morning, you will learn about doing that to further support the valleys. And why that? Don't read the slide, it's something else. We want to support the valleys because we realize in our projects they take about 2 to 4 years to start, to really start the project. So they need further support, and maybe these projects, before getting our funding, they have to go through the pre-feasibility, feasibility stage up to the, maybe with a roadmap to the FID, and then get to the funding. So this is a combination of our funding to the valley with a pipeline of projects ready to be funded of about 40, 50 projects. And finally, I mentioned the awards. I really invite you tomorrow evening to be here. We will award the best success story, the best innovation. We identify innovations and innovators every year. We have an innovation radar. And of course, the best outreach, and the best Valley of the Year, and best woman in innovation. So just to clarify, finally, these awards are selected by us. It's a program office. It's a joint undertaking analysis. And we are proud of these projects, and this way we recognize them. With that, I would like to thank you very, very much. I hope I gave you already a flavor of what's coming in the next 2 days, 2 days and a half. My colleagues, my team, will guide you through all of this, and I really look forward to the discussions, and I hope we will identify our even next challenges that we would like to address in the next 5 to 10 years. I would like to thank you very, very much, and wish you, enjoy the 2 days. Thank you.